All right, here we go. Hi, everyone. It is me, Lita, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor King World here. And today I'm going to talk about, why I got kicked out of my old learn. Most likely for, fighting. But they didn't say what I was fighting over. Most likely it was bullying. Most likely either I was fighting someone who was bullying me or bullying someone else in a learn, and I must have done it, and that's how I got kicked out. One thing I can't stand is bullying, and I know a lot of folks are going to say Lita. They're going to say Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Big World, Sailor King World. They're going to say, oh, well, there's many ways to deal with bullying, and fighting isn't one of them. Fighting just makes you as bad as the one who started the fight. you know yes, and that is true. And since then I was kicked out of my old learn, or let go from my old learn. You really can't say you're fired from the learn because you're not a hireling anyway, but whatever. So by the time I went to Crossroads or Cross Streets, Younger High, yes, that is the name of the learn, as well as the name of the near and the deep world. And by the time I got there, everyone was already learned about what I had done in my old learn and were keeping away from me. Well, keep in mind, it wasn't the first time I had to deal with bullying, and right when I show up, 3 men were picking on Serena and wanted to make it look like that Serena had ran into them, when the truth is she did not. So you got one saying, oh, his leg's broken. The other two saying, oh, what are you going to do? You're going to give him your lunch gal to make up for his leg being broken. I don't know. She really didn't run in. She may have run into him, but not so hard for him to fall over and break his leg. He did on his own. I showed up and said, why don't you not pick on the young lady and go on? They're like, and what are you going to do if we don't? And then I slammed the first two down. And I said, you're only faking. Now say you're sorry. I said, you're only faking. Now say you're sorry to the young lady, sorry, and run off. That's what I said in Deke. Now in Viz, it was mostly the same thing, only I said, oh, you're faking. She never ran into you. And they told Serena to take care. Well, I didn't know that was going to start my life as a sailor keeper. Because I went for most of my whole, because everyone was 4 between years old when the show started. So anyway, by the time I'm eating lunch, no one wants to be around me at the new learn because they heard about me and the fighting in the old learn, and everybody was keeping away. Well, not Serena. Serena befriended me, told me why would anyone be frightened of me when I said that, they're frightened of me because I was, all the fighting that I did. And I said, are you frightened of me? And she said, no. Should I be frightened of you? I was like, no. And we became good friends after that. Well, I would go on to meet Amy and Ray, and later on Mina, and Amar, and Michelle, and Trista, and Ataru, and Calvin. I'd also go on to meet, Jordan, Dustin, and Julian, and Cockaboo. Anyway, getting way off track. The fighting wouldn't be the last time I'd have to fight to help someone. There was Game Told Joe, who was being bullied or picked on by Zoisite because she was coming after him for his rainbow hearse. Not once, but she would do it again. And don't keep in mind, there were folks who were brainwashed by the dark by the Black Moonkin into believing that Amy had cheated on one of the stretches, and they're like, "Oh, Lita, you're going to stand up for a bully." And then they also slighted Serena, saying, "Oh, Serena hangs out with Amy, but Serena's the one does so badly on her learn work and homework, and Amy's doing all great." And then, well, then I said, "Hey, don't be calling anyone a cheater." And he's like, "Yeah, Lita, and you're gonna back up a cheater." And I slammed all three of them. And then Amy goes, "Oh, fighting isn't the answer." I was like, "But they're calling you a cheater." And yes, sometimes my anger gets the greater of me, and sometimes I don't think, but sometimes I do think that, oh, we got to fight, because I can't stand bullying. And yes, it's true that fighting is not the right way to handle bullying, but you get my grounds. And I don't really think it would be the only other time that that's come up. Oh yeah, it's come up many other times that folks would bring up the bullying, or at least me being kicked out of my old learn. And the following a Sailor Moon, everyone's out there looking at, the shooting star that fell. And then, oh, well, Amy, Ray, Lita, and Mina, myself are out there. Serena's out there too. And she goes, "You're the girl who got kicked out of your old learn for fighting." I said, "Don't say that again." So, yeah, I got kicked out of my old learn for fighting, And I told Serena one time, and this was in the Frida following, that I need to have the cooking side. I need to have the green. I need to have the tree, working side, to bring out the nicer side, the kinder side of me. So folks are less frightened of me due to my name for fighting, But anyway, that's my film. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.